Today we're going to be looking at whether or not Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Complete Edition, is worth a $5. Dropping below $5 US for the first time, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Complete Edition, or just Scott Pilgrim as I will continue to refer to it throughout this review, has been around for a while and has a bit of history, which I will briefly go over in a moment. But before I do, I'd ask that you kindly like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to SirLink Gaming where you can check out other games that you can get for sale under $5 in my Worth a $5 series. And with that, let's get to it. Scott Pilgrim released on PS3 and Xbox 360 alongside the movie starring Michael Cera all the way back in 2010. There was then some controversy as it had only been released digitally, but was delisted from digital storefronts in late 2014. So if you didn't have the game and wanted to play, you were out of luck at the time. Thankfully, Scott Pilgrim was re-released as the Complete Edition on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC in January of 2021, and could be played again. And for those who wanted to preserve the game and get a physical copy, Limited Run Games just recently shipped out the physical versions, hopefully meaning that the game will not disappear, likely due to licensing again. Scott Pilgrim is a side-scrolling beat-em-up that is reminiscent of arcade games back in the 90s, like The Simpsons and Streets of Rage, or the more recent Castle Crashers. You can play with up to 4 players, but for this review, I played Scott Pilgrim alone. Following the storyline of the comic and movie, you set out through Toronto as one of 4 available characters to defeat the 7 evil exes of Ramona across the 7 levels. I would recommend those who play Scott Pilgrim for the first time actually read the How to Play section to understand different aspects of the game when it comes to things like spending money and how your gut points work. Or just slow down or pause the video here as it quickly leaps through the pages. Specifically knowing that I could go into the stores in the first level to buy health products and attire that increased my stats would have helped, as it took 3 tries for me to complete that first level on average Joe difficulty. But I will not let these shortcomings of choosing to not read the instructions detract from my overall feelings of Scott Pilgrim. At least as part of my grinding through the first level, I was leveling up and unlocking new moves that allowed me to expand my gameplay beyond button mashing the punch button. It also helped me get a tad more familiar with this type of game, because it's been a long time since I played a beat-em-up style game like this one. Scott Pilgrim does get repetitive, as you will be seeing the same enemies repeatedly as you progress, with bigger and stronger ones appearing more frequently as you move forward. One thing you should try to keep your eyes out for are the gaming Easter eggs throughout your journey, like the Guitar Hero battle with Todd Ingram, and more subtly, the sun from Super Mario Bros. 3, amongst others. Additionally, there are extra game modes that might be of interest, and those include a zombie mode called Survival Horror, Dodgeball, which is unfortunately not as fun as it sounds, Boss Rush, and Battle Royale, which is a free-for-all versus mode for 2 to 4 players. I'd been waiting quite a while for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Complete Edition, to make its way into worth a $5 territory on Switch, and I'm happy to say that it was worth the wait. Although it took me a few tries to get through the first level of the game on my own, it is still an enjoyable experience if you are playing solo. I would imagine if you're not necessarily a fan of the source material, it might not be super appealing, but as a generic beat-em-up, you could do worse. Overall though, the game is pretty fun, and I believe that if you can get a friend or 3, it would enhance the experience significantly. Scott Pilgrim has just hit its lowest price ever of $4.90 US, down 67% from its regular retail of $14.99. Although I only experienced the game on my own in single player, alone or with friends, you are bound to have a good time, as Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Complete Edition, is worth a $5. Have you played Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, Complete Edition? Do you think it's worth a $5? Let me know in the comments below and I'll see you in my next video.